New cases of coronavirus confirmed in San Antonio. Good evening, I'm Sharon Coe.
And I'm Aaron Wright. The total number of patients now at 6. 5 involve evacuees from the Diamond Princess ship who are under quarantine until March 2nd. The last case involves an evacuee from Wuhan, China, who has since been released from a local hospital.
Eyewitness News reporter Jaleesa Irizarry has been following the developments all day. And Jaleesa, could we see more cases in the coming days?
That's right, 6 positive cases and 4 others still waiting test results, but all of these patients are at the Texas Center for Infectious Disease. Officials also said one of the evacuees under quarantine in California is being transferred to San Antonio, but a positive patient currently in San Antonio would be transferring to another facility to be closer to family members. The CDC says given the average age of the cruise ship was much older, they are monitoring these individuals closely. Despite all of that, city leaders say the public remains at low risk.
But let's be clear, the most dangerous, damaging, infectious disease is hysteria. And so what we're trying to do is make sure that we have a compassionate human response to a crisis that's happening, that we do so all the while maintaining the safety of the public.
Now, as for those cruise ship passengers currently at Lackland Air Force Base, their quarantine time is up next Monday. We're live in downtown San Antonio. Jaleesa Irizarry, KENS 5 Eyewitness News.